Welcome back, everybody, to episode 102
Yes.
of the Lookout Podcast. Of course, my name is
102.
Meelz, and I am here with JG Okotsu himself.
What's going on, man?
We're here. We're live.
We are.
First of all, before we do anything, shout out to everybody who listened to our episode last week, our double take episode last week, where we reviewed My Hero Academia World Heroes Mission, which is in theaters now.
Wow, man. It's really cool to say.
Yeah,
we saw it already.
Yeah, we saw it already. I mean, little thing. I didn't get the booklet, but I saw it already. My flex stands right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the biggest flex, honestly.
It's in theaters right now, so make sure you tune into that. And then after you watch it in theaters, make sure you go to our review, which you can watch on YouTube and stuff, and follow us on YouTube. Follow us everywhere on Twitter, YouTube, everything. I mean, we're approaching the end of the year, so we got a lot of end of the year talk that's going to be coming pretty soon.
That's right. A lot of good stuff.
And then, of course, in December, we always do our lookout giveaway thing.
Mm-hmm.
We got to do one of those. We got to get back to the kids.
Got to support, man. You've been supporting us for so long.
Absolutely. So make sure you follow the Lookout RNC on Twitter, and make sure you follow the Lookout on RNC Radio everywhere you can find podcasts and on YouTube. Boom.
What's up, man? How'd I do on Big Eyes last week?
You did great, actually. I didn't tell you, but I told AD. I was like, wow, this episode was great.
Yeah, I was on, bro. I felt it.
I didn't want to say too much because I didn't want Jamal to think like you were taking his job or something.
The stars just aligned,
It just, it was a good energy and it flowed very well. That's what I told him. I was
I had a lot of fun with AD, man.
And I told AD, I was like, listen, you did that perfectly, my man.
He did.
He went to Atlanta weekend, anime weekend Atlanta. I keep forgetting which comes first. And he's got some interviews and stuff like that. I've already heard some of them, so make sure you stay tuned to that. That'll be going up on the YouTube. That will probably be featured on the Big Eyes podcast, which you can listen to. If you're listening to this on Monday, you can listen to it on Tuesday. If you're listening to this on Tuesday, you can listen to it today, and then after that, you can listen to it whenever you want. But
oh god,
I'm flowing.
You feeling it right now? This is a little different for us too. I see a different wave.
Listen, maybe it is. But nah, I'm feeling. Listen, the Big Eyes episode is really good. I'm glad you guys are enjoying yourself, especially with all the manga that stuff. You know what I like about this week?
What's that?
We get to talk about something that previously could only be talked about on the Big Eyes podcast because it was only in manga form. But now it's going to be an anime. So we can talk about it all the time.
Something we've been waiting on for so long, man.
Oh my God.
So much support. I feel like we've, just us as a team, we've hyped it up. It deserves all of it, but we've hyped it up so much.
I feel personally responsible. Yeah, I feel
don't you?
For this success.
We're gonna be seeing so much Anya merch and all this stuff coming, and I kind of want 1%.
Listen, if they do a little collection, LV collection, they do a little something because everyone and we're talking about Spy Family here. Everyone in the Spy Family drops very dapper, very clean, for finest fits.
Definitely some fashion week stuff gonna go on for them. I feel like they'll have a lot of collabs. I feel like
they need to hire us for the branding at least in America.
Yeah. It's so even reading it, it's so Millennium. It has just a great energy. You could tell it's for us.
Absolutely. So without further ado, let me explain this actually correctly. So Spy Family, the manga, the previously manga series that has been going on for pretty much the last 2 years or so, will finally get a television anime adaptation beginning in the year 2022. And today they released the key visuals. They released a little trailer. Did you see the trailer?
I did. I wasn't anticipating seeing a trailer. I just thought we might get no poster. That's cool. It looks beautiful because I couldn't separate the poster from the manga covers for a second. And it's they really, they took it straight from the manga. It looks amazing. I thought the trailer was so clean.
Absolutely. So, it'll be produced by Wit Studio and Cloverworks, um, and it'll be directed by Kazuhiro Furuhashi, who directed The Promised Neverland. Now,
Right.
I only consider one season of The Promised Neverland existed, so I'm just gonna ignore that he also was part of the second season.
Right.
But this is great because The Promised Neverland looked great.
It did. It did.
The you know, what has Cloverworks done? Let me look at Cloverworks. They've done, I mean, I think they've done The Promised Neverland. And a couple other things, you know what I'm saying? They've been involved with Attack on Titan. They've been, involved in a lot of, wow, I'm looking at their thing on AnimeNewsNetwork.com. They've been involved.
They put some work in, right?
Yeah, even if it's just something small, you know what I'm saying? Promised Neverland, they were involved in, obviously. Seven Deadly Sins. Hopefully that's not damning them, because I've heard bad things about Seven Deadly Sins. Wonder Egg Priority, which we've talked about on this podcast. Yeah. Kaguya-sama Love is War, which they've been involved in. So listen, they're getting it done.
They are getting it done.
And let me see.
It's a great title to pick up too, man. Like,
absolutely.
If you want to get something that is supposed to be, major, and it's going to mean a lot, I think, to fans. It's going to be one of those cult classics.
You were talking about Mappa for this thing, and
I mean, me and AD, we weren't sure, man. I don't know what Mappa has their hands in.
But I was like, ain't gonna be no damn explosions in this damn thing. Ain't gonna be no.
Mappa's about to do next Pokemon season.
They should.
They should, honestly.
They should. All right, so boom. If you're not familiar with Spy Family, obviously, Spy Family is a story about actually a young kid named Anya, who is a psychic, who comes in contact with a spy known as Twilight, who comes in contact with a what is their occupation? I forget. Like an assassin. There you go.
Yeah, assassin.
An assassin known as why am I forgetting her name? The wife is the assassin. But nonetheless, it's really good.
It's really good. It's hilarious. It's cute. It's warming. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna hit a spot for you. If you haven't checked out Spy Family, you haven't started reading it. I gotta recommend it.
Absolutely. See, now I gotta look up the characters because I now feel bad. So it's Lloyd, who is the spy. Yor, who is the wife, who's the assassin, and Anya, who's the psychic, and they're all hiding their identities from each other while still being involved with each other, which is insane. Yeah. So it makes for great hijinks. I would expect the first couple episodes to be fantastic, considering I know how this goes.
Yeah, there's a few chapters early on that are like really just like brilliant, like really funny, just really good stuff.
They get the nice little fine line between action, seriousness, funny, because it is comedic at all times, and then just like drama. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Spy Family can be one of them ones, man. Just if you haven't started reading it, it's in the Viz Media app. It's on Shonen Jump. It's on all that stuff. Make sure you at least dedicate a couple hours of your day to just like laughing a little bit. You know?
Yeah, 100%.
It's good.
It's definitely one of them ones you want to check it out.
Absolutely. I don't think we have much more anime news, but I have to talk about this anime that I got into. Literally this week.
What's going on, man?
All right.
So this was you don't send me stuff like that. Like, it was very random. Like, I wasn't anticipating you sending me that.
So I was scrolling actually, I think I heard it mentioned. It was mentioned on Twitter. No, actually, I was looking for so I'm doing my research for the end of the year, right? I'm like, okay, what animes do I need to pick up? I need to watch something. Do I need to watch anything more, or do I kind of got it all right now? How are we doing? Yeah. So I'm going through all these things, and a lot of people think, and then I hear one person talk about this anime called ODDTAXI, and I'm like, okay. I mean, I looked at it. It looked kind of strange.
Right.
But I'm currently watching Tokyo Revengers. I'm almost done with it. I realize I'm not actually done with it. I'm almost done with it. I thought it was done after the Bloody Halloween thing. I guess not.
No,
there's a couple episodes.
A lot of things happen in anime on Halloween too. It's crazy.
Yeah. But so I'm watching Tokyo Revengers, and of course I would love to have a departure away from blood, guts, and gore. So I tapped in. I was like, oh, okay, let me see what this is about. Literally cold watch. I was like, let me type it in. Where is it at? Found it, turned it on. ODDTAXI. I gotta pull up the description of this. And I think you'll like it. And
I mean, I watched the the intro, and it's definitely like there's a vibe to it as far as the actual music was like hitting.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't see anything past that, so I wasn't really sure what I was looking at. Outside of the animation is definitely like a different vibe than what I'm used to.
So it came out this year.
Mm-hmm.
The manga came out this year, and the anime came out this year. So the manga came out in January 15, 2021. The anime drops April 6, 2021. So it is done. If you want to go watch it and binge it in full, 13 episodes. That's
13 episodes. Okay, that's nice.
Set in this is the Wikipedia profile of it. Set in
animals,
anthropomorphic animals. ODDTAXI follows the story of Odokawa, a 41-year-old Wars taxi driver whose parents abandoned him in an elementary school, leaving him generally asocial. And he is absolutely asocial. However, he has conversations with other animal inhabitants who ride in his taxi on their respective journeys around Tokyo, where the series is set. Now, here's where things get a little crazy. Odokawa's conversations with these people unravel into a series of mysteries and acts of violence, including that of a missing high school girl. Because of the case of the missing girl, the police have been tracking leads back to him, and now the Yakuza and cops are on his tail. Did you see how that escalated really quick?
I see that. I actually have it pulled up right now. I'm looking at some stuff.
So the first episode is available in full on YouTube, I believe. I think Crunchyroll uploaded the whole first episode on YouTube.
Okay.
So I watched this because they said it was one of the best anime of the year. Just a random publication. Not even.
How's it hitting, man? It hit?
It's good, man. It's
really
good. Like every character in the show, they don't introduce a ton of characters. It's not like there's gonna be like 58 billion characters in the show. I think it's really a cast of like maybe like 25.
Right.
But all these characters are connected to each other or to this story one way or another. So every character has a role in this story, which I think is very I'm comparing this now to Tokyo Revengers, right? Where there are a lot of characters in the show, but just based on and we'll get a Tokyo Revengers review at some point in the show. But
for
spoiler
sure,
alert, I think it's a little bit confusing.
It is.
But
you're traveling, so
time.
You already know. Yeah.
Every character has some sort of role in this show with this case and Odokawa and something, and it's just, I think it's been done masterfully. And then the end, you know how animes end, and usually it's either good or it's.
And this one was good, huh? Is that what you're telling me?
This one ended perfectly, bro.
Oh,
this one,
perfect.
It ended, yes, 10 out of 10.
Dude, come on. No, don't. Well, you know what? The first thing I see is our good guy, Mike McFarlane, voices the main protagonist, right?
We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that.
Okay.
We're going to get to that because the dub is not out yet. But,
okay.
But everything, like, from the first moment of the show, it draws you in. At some point during the first episode, you're really like, what am I watching? But it's so also very 2021 in that, like, there's a lot of talk with like social media. It's like, how can I get viral doing this? So
they get it. They just get it.
They get it. And for some reason it just works with all these animal characters into it. And
hey man, last time I started an anime with humanoid animals, you know what happened?
It's not like that, but there is one scene that like that. But it'll make you laugh. It'll make you laugh more than anything.
I think I'm gonna give it a go. or I won't say never, but it's the first time in a minute that you were like, "Yo, this."
I'm
check
telling
this
you
out.
this because I think it'll be a nice break from the normal program for you and for everybody. Because to be honest with you, we're going to talk about in a couple of weeks. We're probably going to talk about our favorite animes of the year, and this is probably going to be in my batch.
Okay,
like just off the first watch, and like you mentioned, so the dub is coming out at the top of 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Starring, as you also mentioned, friend of the show, Mike McFarlane.
Friend of the show, yeah. Shout out Mike, man.
Who
awesome.
Tweeted on Twitter, he's like, listen, he's been a part of so many series. He's Jean in Attack on Titan, he's Master Roshi in Dragon Ball Z, he's the evil clown in One Piece. Sorry, I'm forgetting his name. I only watched One Piece once. Forgive me, people. Buggy the Clown. There we go. Buggy the Clown. He's been a part of all these classic anime franchises, but this is his first leading role ever in an anime. He is the main character. He is
that's insane, right? Good for Mike, man. I'm sure he's happy about this one.
It makes me never want to give up, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter, man. Well, it's crazy, dude. I told you I started Kuruko's basketball earlier in the week. I just got to season 2, like I want to say like 2 days ago. I am working on getting Mark involved. It's really fun. It's a really like a niche. Like it has like this really fun basketball theme with like some like nice storylines and really cool characters, and they somehow make it work. Yeah, it's very interesting. Like if you're into basketball, I actually think most people would enjoy it. To be honest with you, it's just because of what it is, and it's a themed anime about one specific genre.
Right.
I think it's probably like people aren't like necessarily jumping on it, but I'm actually really into it.
I'm gonna watch it. I
watched a lot, like
I
fast. Yeah, like I really did. It just kind of happened, dude. So,
but this I watch a lot fast too. I started this on Wednesday. I was done by Friday night. Like, Saturday afternoon, something like that. Because I personally like kept the last 2 episodes. I was like, all right, I gotta watch this. It's like a full feature type shit.
No, that's cool, bro. I'm happy you found it. That's really dope, man. Bringing it to me because I'm definitely gonna check it out. I think that's interesting.
And the theme song is just
you got me there. That's for sure.
It rides. So every character in the show, the ending. Listen. A good story will sell on me, but a good ending, oh my god!
If the ending hit, then I'm sure you really ain't. I think you're telling the truth about it, man. You tell me an ending is good, especially some of the endings we've been dealing with past 2 years. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hopes were not high.
So the dub will be out at the top of 2022. It'll be starring Mike McFarlane. It will also be starring another friend of the podcast, Zeno Robinson. Will as if he's not in anything else. I mean,
that's
he's
awesome.
in everything at this point.
Zeno's in Kuruko's basketball as well.
Wow.
No cap. yeah, straight up. Isn't that wild?
Yo. Save some for the rest of them, man. Come on,
man. I'm telling you. Yeah. He plays like a really like big character as well on the show, so yeah, it's awesome.
He's gonna be an Anime NYC. I hope we can meet him.
Yeah, we'll see him.
I hope like, yo, you really came up after you did our podcast. To be honest with you,
you're welcome. Now we ain't gonna say you're welcome, but
yeah, we will be honest with you. But you know what? Congratulations to him. Congratulations to everybody, and I hope everyone tunes in to Spy Family and ODDTAXI and Kuruko's Kuruko.
Yeah, Kuruko's basketball.
There you go. Make sure everyone tune into that. All right, so up next in our full feature, what we're talking about this week, we're talking about Digimon.
You're welcome.
There is a new Digimon series out in the world. We're going to talk about it. I have some questions that flow back to the original series of Digimon that will flow into this series of Digimon. So hold on to your Digivices, your D3s, your
D3s.
What do they call them? The other.
You like the watches, man?
I'll get into you about the watches. It looks like a Fitbit.
Okay. The Fitbit. I mean, it looks exactly like a Fitbit. I mean, there's no. Yeah.
But we'll get into that next on the lookout.
You.
Oh no! What do we do? Armor Digivolve! Digimon, attack with Blue Thunder! Fire Ninja Star, Shurimon!
Look, DigiX! Now I've got more power!
He's Digidust! Digital Monster!
New armored digivolving action figures and D3 Digivice, each sold separately from Bandai.
And we're back, and we're here, and we're talking Digimon.
Digimon.
So I have to. Okay, so while we're here, Jeff, you were a proponent of this series.
Yeah.
Especially considering what happened with the last.
Okay. Let me explain because this is what I'm getting into. So, at first, I felt obligated, but the obligation ended up being a good thing.
Talk about the whole
story. So,
no.
The obligation is when the last Digimon series was going on. I think it was through Crunchyroll. Meelz and I were talking about watching it. I think I watched the first episode and that was it. And then Meelz went on to literally complete the series, and I didn't touch it at all. After the first. I don't know what happens after the first episode, that's kind of cap, but I don't remember. I should say. So this one was like, okay, I guess I gotta lock into it. Digimon Ghost Game, new series. I saw the animation. I saw the characters.
Let me preface this by saying, after watching the last series, I pretty much swore off of Digimon.
You were done.
So I was just like, this series is gonna pass, and I was like, let Ghost Game go. But you felt obligated because I watched this series. So you said that you were going to tune into this series and see how this goes. And tell me your early thoughts, my friend.
Yeah, I saw Gamamon on Twitter, and I said, that looks really cool. Then I did a little more research on Ghost Game. I kind of saw the concept, the hologram ghost, this type of thing, and I wanted to check it out. I watched the first episode, and I thought they had a good thing going, to be honest with you. The main protagonist is really cool. He gets in a situation where his dad is, I don't know, like stuck in a digital world, or he's a hologram of himself, and he's like, Gamamon's your brother now. And it happens quick, and I love the whole like like the clock theme, and like being in the gym and bad shit happening, and it's just a hologram, and people have these rumors about it because you can't tell what's what because everything's a hologram now in this world. So I had a really good time watching the first episode, and I texted you right afterwards. I was like, yo, shit's good, man. I like this. What got me in the most though is like character design. Honestly, like that caught my eye. The first thing, I just think Gamamon is like super cute and a good like Digimon to like have as your mascot, I guess, for this new series. So yeah, I think it's been pretty good so far.
Let me tell you my perspective, people, about this before we get into this, because of course, as we're kids of the 90s, we're millennials. We all watched Digimon. It first premiered on Fox. I remember the first time we watched it. I remember first time I watched it. I can't speak for you, but I remember that first moment, and I remember that first season, and I remember the second season, and I remember why I love those seasons, especially revisiting it at Summer Kame House this year. Please go back to that episode if you haven't tuned into it. I was so attached to these characters and their distinctness, and making sure that you still know that they're kids, but there's also a responsibility that they have, that they're, I guess, destined, digital destined,
Digi-destined.
And also making sure that the threats were laid out very, very clearly, very, very succinctly, and you know where they're going. And also they had a lot of like cool original aspects to it. Like the digital world was like a space, but it was just it was similar to the real world, but it also had its own kind of little, kinks and things to it that made it very, very original. That's why I really love that season. So we fast forward, and I'd say pretty much over the last like 5 years, I think Digimon has really been trying to come back in our lives and they've been knocking on the door like
they want it. I think they really do want it. It's just like,
y'all still like we can give you the old Digimon too. Like we can give you them too. So they gave out Digimon Tri.
I think they have to move on from that stuff.
I was excited for Digimon Tri.
Were you excited for Digimon Tri because it looked good and you were also getting the OG crew?
You were getting the OG crew, which is why I was super excited for it. Now I think about it, it's probably the first anime that I watched that wasn't Dragon Ball Z in a long time.
That's crazy.
But
what a crazy thing to say.
But
no, I feel you. Like, I'm not mad at it. It's just like, imagine that.
2015.
Yeah.
However, I can't remember for the life of me because they had this awkward schedule where 6 episodes came out every like 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember for the life of me how it ended.
They fixed that with this, by the way.
But I know that I thought the ending was bad. So that didn't leave a great taste in my mouth. Right. So then they released the Digimon movie. I didn't watch it. I think Jamal watched it. He said it was good. And a lot of people said it was good. I didn't watch it.
It's good.
The one that came out last year or the year before, something.
I prefer the original Digimon movie. I want to keep that one in my memories.
Then we move over. They said they're rebooting the series, and you remember how excited we were when talking about this. We were like, "Oh shit, they had an opportunity to reboot."
We were really like talking about this shit. Like, yo, this could be really good for Digimon.
Yeah, this could really tell the story. Really, like, I know we did it this way, but this could bring it into like a different level. Digimon Adventure 2020 is the most. There's great moments. There's great animation. But it is the most drawn out series that basically doesn't leave you with any sort of satisfying feeling, in my opinion, about anything in the series. All the magic from the original series has been similar to how in the first episode of Digimon Ghost Game, how the little wizard thing, the little clock thing takes all the time.
Clockmon.
Yeah, it takes all the digital energy, all the ones and zeros out those things, and it sucks the life out of them. That's what this series did to the franchise, because instead of associating you with these characters, they made it a little bit more anime, kind of, because Tai is the main character, and he's very much so like the protagonist, like main protagonist, like not even. Whereas in the original series,
even though there's 10 of them, in
the original series, you felt like, oh, okay, I could have a favorite one. And they're going to get some time, and they're going to get their Digivolutions, and they're going to get their thing. But this is really the Tai show in Digimon Adventure 2020. And I think they just dropped the ball with it, because some of the arcs in it drag out so long. There's a Devimon arc similar how there is in the original series. But it's nothing like the original series. And it just
doesn't hit the same, huh?
It don't hit the same at all. I think I watched the ending, so it literally ended the week before this shit premiered. And I watched it, and I was like, this is cool and all. Everyone got to their megas, all the Digidestins got to their megas, which is something that didn't happen in the original series. But I didn't care.
Did it hold any weight? I think the reason why I'm also in the Ghost Game is because it is original. And we have been getting like the whole reboot thing, and like I don't know, maybe they've been force feeding our original set from Digimon Adventures just to try to get a hit.
Right, but here's the thing though, like you can force feed. There's nothing wrong with the formula of taking these 7 characters and having them in the story for a long ass time. Because that's what they do with Pokemon. That's what they did with One Piece. That's what they did with Naruto. That's what they did with Dragon Ball Z. But you have to let these characters grow over time and develop and have their own little things and establish them as all characters. Whereas Digimon, especially in Adventure 2020, and over the last 5 years, they've been giving us little glimpses of these things without the continued development and continued growth. So now we fast forward to Digimon Ghost Game, which premieres. Completely new set of characters, similar to how they did, and like for instance, like when we went from the second season of Digimon to what was the third season called? It wasn't called Frontier. It was called
no, it wasn't season 3 of the original.
Yeah. Digimon season 3 was called, I'm looking it up now, Tamers.
Oh yeah, with the red guy.
not the red
Was that
guy.
the red guy?
Yes, but it has your favorite Digimon Terriermon in it.
Yeah, Terriermon's OP. We need Terriermon in every series if possible, and Lopmon. I want to get them tatted. Honestly,
Ooh, okay.
yeah, both of them.
So this is the first departure from it. But this is the first departure from this, and they're trying to establish something new. And I thought the first episode was really, really good to Digimon Ghost Game. I thought it established that it was a little bit more mature than the previous series.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit more violent, a little bit more dark.
Kids was getting hit with clocks, man, and getting their life force drained. This Digimon was literally turning children to like 80-year-old people.
It was, they were doing a lot. They were doing a lot with, not a lot. All right, so let me not say a lot like it's a bad thing, but they were doing
a lot for Digimon.
Yeah. They were doing. However, 4 episodes.
What is it?
I watched the first 4 episodes.
I haven't seen the latest one. By the way,
okay.
I have not. Yeah,
it's really okay
from today.
I'm not sure if I'm not sure about it. I'm not sure about the series.
Which one hit you? Because I enjoyed the Mummymon one for the most part. I think episode 3 was whatever for me.
It's falling into the trend of all it's falling into the trend of probably Adventure 2020 of there's supposed to be this like
please don't say that.
There's supposed to be this thread of a plot that's going through. I would like, you know what I would like in this series? Every episode ends with a cliffhanger. That's what I would like, first of all. Because
Digimon always did really well with cliffhangers back in the day.
They used to do amazing.
Motherfuckers be falling off a cliff.
Right.
And then the episode ends. And we gotta wait like a whole week.
Oh man, we're all separated from each other. How are we gonna find our way back next time?
They used to really do it for us.
On Digimon, Digital Monsters.
Yeah.
Ding 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 ding.
Really
that's the Saban Entertainment noise that I made. But when you introduce the problem and then it's all solved within the episode, and then you're just kind of like, oh, all right.
Almost like each episode is its own mini arc. Yeah, like they're not tying in properly.
Yeah, because one, I would like to know, at least starting from now, and I think it's something that Digimon, I think they did this perfectly in season 2, and it's actually what we talked about, where they established the threat almost immediately.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, this is that nigga you need to fear.
Yeah, all they've done in this one so far is give you another evil Digimon who's not really evil. He's just going through it.
He's just misunderstood.
He's got stress. He's misunderstood. He's got some stress. Like the Mummymon episode is perfect for that because he's just like, oh wait,
he's a.
Didn't they tell him to go work at a hospital?
Yeah. He's a Digimon who is like, what do they call them? Holograms? They're like holograms. And they're just like confused about where they belong in this space currently, because they're like, yo, I'm in the real world, but like, am I supposed to be here?
That was a dark episode though.
It was dark. It was dark. All these have been dark thus far, in a sense. Like, it's much darker than the original series. However, I feel like they need that continued thread. I also like Digimon Tamers for that reason too. They had that little subplot of like the government was actually behind all these Digimon things, and they were just trying to find out and destroy the digital world as much as everybody else and stuff like that. Like they had that little subplot too, which I thought was nice. Now we're only 4 episodes into this, so
right. We're getting to it, man. Just 4, man. You never know. Maybe I need an overlord. That's what I need.
Yes.
You know, that we need a proper overlord who maybe we don't see till 5, episode 6, and you know we have the true threat. But I definitely see what you mean as far as like right now they're just telling small stories about an individual antagonist who's not really an antagonist by the end of the episode.
But it's really kind of established, like, one, we're establishing and showing off these Digidestin, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
But this is Digimon.
They're cool, right?
I know.
They're cool though.
I know how these Digidestin are gonna come together. Like,
I know, man. They're never gonna be able to. I feel like they can't.
I don't even think they're
Digidestin.
You can't even call them Digidestin anymore because
no,
now they're just
not this.
Kids with Fitbits who flying.
Yeah, dude's dad popped up as a hologram. Was like, take care of this thing, and he's like, what are you talking about? Like, he's your brother now.
Like, for instance, right? First episode, all those kids get hit by the monster.
Mm-hmm.
The clock monster. It's looking dire. All of them are in the hospital. They're like, doctors are trying to save them. So they defeat the clock monster, and now all these kids are back in their normal shit. And I'm like,
it's like after they defeated him, all hit like the time left his body and just went back to like the kids. Yeah, but that's I kind of like turned my eye to that.
I understand.
I mean, that was going to happen. They weren't going to let them kids just die of old age.
I would have loved them to die of old age. I would have loved consequences that
they would never allow it, man.
That this Digidestin, I mean, if they're really trying to be in this anime space, you know what I'm saying?
I hear you, but you know what's crazy about what you're saying?
Jujutsu Kaisen, Homeboy's classmate almost gets clapped the first episode.
Yeah. Big swerve. You know what's crazy? It's like it's so funny the things that we complain about Digimon. Like if Pokemon did it, we would be raving.
Oh yeah,
we'd be raving about it, bro. Because it would just be like that next step of like darkness or like doing something that is kind of like, serious, like adult.
I agree. But Pokemon, especially with this Journeys franchise, I think they found their lane, which is not taking this shit seriously.
Netflix did them wonders.
Yeah. They decided to make an entertainment show more than a adventure. It's an adventure, but it's entertainment for most part. And there are some heavy episodes. Actually, there was a heavy episode that came out a couple weeks ago about Cresselia, and Cynthia was in it too. It's a very heavy episode.
By the way, guys, Pokemon Journeys, another show I clamored Meelz to watch and didn't watch.
I mean, that's on you. You're missing some stuff, man.
That's what I'm hearing. I feel like maybe I'll have time to like really just like I'll go through it, man.
You missing? It's a good, like, even to hear Jamal say that this is probably the best series, and I know he wouldn't like any. I don't know he don't like Pokemon series like that. I know he likes Pokemon, but I know he don't like. He's not involved.
It's hard
in
to get through, man.
But for him to say like this is a really enjoyable thing because they've just stepped back from trying to make it serious about this adventure and journey, all this stuff. And it's like, yo, we having a good time with ours. You might be introduced to some Pokemon. It's doing a lot of fan service, I think, as well. Which the Digimon Ghost game, and not to say that it's missing anything, because I think we'll get all the fan service because they're going to reintroduce probably a lot of old Digimon. And you already saw it with the Mummymon thing. Mummymon is from season 2.
Yeah, we know about Mummymon.
You don't have a suit, and he's not Jesse and James in it up in the show. But they're gonna do a lot of and I'm sure Leomon will show up, and I'm sure he'll die accordingly.
Did you see the Agumon skeleton in episode 1 in the museum?
No.
Yeah, in that episode 2. I'm sorry, in the Mummymon museum when they. The Mummymon episode when they first go into the museum, there's a skeleton of his head.
I like it.
Yeah, cool little Easter egg.
I'm not a fan of the watches.
So here's the thing: you can't. Digivices are one of the.
Also, did you know that you can buy the watch actually right now?
I did see that. I think I saw them on Crunchyroll. I feel like. But what I was saying is like, Digimon, man, one of the coolest things about it, like, Pokemon has Pokeballs. We love Pokeballs, right? There's a bunch of different ones, different designs. They're awesome. Digivices are the Pokeball of Digimon, and they've always been pretty fucking cool. Like even different series, they all were pretty cool. Different shapes, colors, I will say that the Digivices for a Ghost game is definitely a downer. They are Fitbits, like you said before we started this episode. Like literally, they look just like Fitbits. I would have preferred the whole like just like a type of device that goes in your pocket or a ring, even.
Give me an app or something.
Yeah, an app would be cool.
You get the app and you get the Digimon.
Because think about it, they're literally in a world full of holograms, and we can't tell the difference between a Digimon and a regular hologram, whatever. You would think that they would have something way more high tech or
so
in depth.
That's another problem with it thus far. I'm sorry, I'm shitting all over this series, by the way.
No, it's cool, bro. We're on episode 4 or 5. So,
right. Yeah, so the idea of holograms to me isn't a good premise for a show in 2021, in my opinion.
I hear you.
Because holograms are some shit that was made up when the Jetsons were a thing. The Jetsons are a Hanna-Barbera, comedy from the 1960s.
I'm not mad at the holograms. The reason why I don't mind it is because they found a decent way to put the Digimon into the real world without them.
You're right.
That I can respect.
Like, now Agumon got to wear a parka jacket and a hat.
Yeah, you feel me? Like, and that I respect that they found a way to get him into the real world. But there is some like minor faults in it for sure. Like,
absolutely.
I mean, I don't know. Like, whenever what's my man's name? Hero. When he's walking around with Gamamon in his backpack, and people are just like, "What's that? I never seen that." He's like, "Oh, it's a hologram." I was like, "Well, what the fuck is in your backpack?" It's weird.
I can see.
It's like there are some weird things that they can't explain per se, but I like that they found a way to actually get them in the real world.
There's something about the series that I think, like, we're in 2021, digital series. It should be like, the internet's in trouble. It's like, damn, well, I don't know, like, viruses, holograms, like stuff. Well, like, bro, let me get my Norton antivirus and get these Digimon out of here real quick. I feel like
they're trying to find a way, man.
It needs to be some sort of a threat that, especially considering 2020 ruined a lot for me. The Digimon Adventure 2020, because
life.
Right. The show never really took place in the real world. So there was never truly like a threat. But this show takes place, looks like a lot of it's in the real world. And then the digital world is like a hologram like filter.
And that's where, look, I actually like the digital world, and I hope that they explore it properly in this series. But it does look like they do because the dad shit threw me off. I wasn't sure if he was dead or if he's in the digital world, or I don't know if they explain that.
They begin to explain it in the they begin to explain in the latest.
Okay, cool.
So they begin.
I wasn't sure. I was like, so they're just not going to go there, which I don't mind if it does take place in real world, but we're going to need some higher stakes if they're going to do that, because we can't just have Digimon. People got that's what I'm saying. It's got to be some real shit going on if they're going to be in the real world, and you're not going to go to the digital world. So I don't know, man.
That first series was too good, man. Listen, that first series, and I don't like being someone who holds on to nostalgia too long, but they just did right.
You think this one's worth holding on to, huh?
I'm gonna give it a couple more episodes.
Yeah, let's get into like the 10 range and see what's up with it.
I need the arc. I need them not to drag out this arc, which is what I'm afraid they're gonna do, because there should be about 60 something episodes in this series if it's anything like the last one, and they dragged it out. Whereas the first couple series were like a smooth 54, and things are bumping and moving and stuff like that. And everyone got their episode where it's like, oh, the crest of friendship, oh, the crest of kindness, oh, the crest of things. You get those episodes, but they're also entertaining and they're funny. Ghost Game, I hope it's not a similar, like, I hope we're not 6 episodes.
Meelz wants to see Digidestin get killed.
We saw that in Digimon Trying. That didn't even really work out that well. But
yeah, that's true.
I don't want it to be 6 episodes into the still, and we're still fighting Digimon and wrapping it up in the same episode kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Get the plot moving. Get the plot rolling. We need, and that's what I think Digimon, if I want this overarching thing, I think they've been their general problem for the last 15 years. It fell out of popularity, especially around season 5 that I haven't watched. I didn't even finish season 4, to be honest with you.
No,
Frontier.
I could never. No, bro. I don't know
Yeah,
if
I
I'll
didn't.
ever be
But
able
I
to
heard
go
it was
back to
good. I
that.
heard Frontier was it ended well and it wasn't too bad and all this other stuff. Season 5, I just
Imagine
don't
if
know.
their designs matched the story. I mean, we would really like. Because the only reason I think I ever even have interest is, I think even the original designs were so great and iconic,
Hmm.
and they don't get enough love because Pokemon was kind of running the show. But like the things that they were creating were so like it was Lionmon, like it's a lion, but like the way that they did it was
Hmm.
like the character itself was cool to look at. It was just unique, and they spoke, so they had personality, and they had their own development as Digimon too, which is always cool. So I don't know, man. It was always more than just digivolving, and then obviously them going back to their true form. We had a reason to latch on to that specific Digimon, but man, they have to. I think you're right. They do have to find a way to have a final boss, and even if it's the last 10 minutes of the episode, 5 minutes episode, he's talking about what he's up to, or
Yeah,
what's
what's
going to
gonna
happen
happen
soon,
next?
or
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
we got to do that. Hopefully the characters are fleshed out a little bit more as opposed to being just archetypes of who girl, guy, weird kid.
Mhm.
Um, and hopefully they're fleshed out a little bit more, and hopefully we see them also have real world problems that we can
Do
relate
you
to.
like the new Digimon though? Do you like their looks?
Uh,
How are you feeling? How you feeling about the Jellymon?
uh,
What's going on, man?
I don't know about Jellymon. I don't know
How
about
about
Jellymon.
Jellymon?
I like Gamamon.
Gamamon's really cute.
Um, it reminds me of the one from season 3 with the ears that floated around all the time. Um, I'm not sure if you remember it, but I like Gamamon. I don't like the girls Digimon. He seems to be very knowledgeable though, so he's gonna be the one to lay down all the knowledge. Like he seems to be the one that has an idea of what's going on in this world. Um, but I don't like his design. It reminds me of Fuzzy Lumpkins from Powerpuff Girls.
Come on,
It's
bro.
just very fuzzy, very very fuzzy.
Are
But
you okay with just three? I'm gonna put
I'm perfectly
quotations
fine
over
with
it.
3. I'm
You're good
perfectly
with
fine with
three.
3.
Three
I'm fine with
Digi-destined or
3.
whatever the fuck they are.
I'm fine with 3 because it's not going to end with 3.
Yeah, probably not.
That's the Digimon way. It starts at 3.
Fucking 12 of them.
Yeah, there's a whole chain. There's a Tokyo Manji destined
Yeah.
that roll up, and they got Digimon 2, et cetera, et cetera. But you know what? Damn, they don't even have a Wikipedia page.
Yes, they do. I'm on it right now, bro.
Digimon. Wait. Digimon Ghost game.
Yeah, I'm on it right now.
Okay, all right. Then the last page. Oh, okay, yeah. The last one didn't link to the first one. Then, yeah. So, listen. All right. The plot is. I'm gonna finish this with the plot, so I can explain it with the plot, so people who are listening, you can decide.
It's on Crunchyroll, guys. Yeah,
if you want to do it. In a relatively near future, an innovative technology has emerged on social networks. Rumors are circulating about how strange phenomena, whose authenticity is unknown, referred to as hologram ghost. Hiro is a middle school freshman at Hazukura. Why you gotta do this to me? Hazukura Academy.
Yeah.
Who, by activating a mysterious device left behind by his father called a Digivice, has the effect of making unknown creatures that cannot be seen by ordinary people the Digimon visible eyes. So these are hologram ghosts, by the way.
Yep.
Since the day he met Gamamon, a mischievous Digimon entrusted him by his father, Hiro is caught up in various strange phenomena. A man with a sewn mouth steals time from human beings. A mummy man wanders around at night and kidnaps humans. The hologram ghosts are all around us and take us for target. From now on, here's a story of the other side of the world that nobody is aware of. With their friends, Hiro and Gamamon dive into the mysterious world where these creatures live. Hey, take it or leave it.
There's 4 episodes out. What, 5 episodes out? It's on Crunchyroll. 4. It's on Crunchyroll. I think they've been dropping simultaneously. So, yeah. Check it out.
The 2020 also didn't get a dub. So,
well, we'll see. I don't think they have announced a dub for this one yet either. So,
God, if they get a dub, I'll be shocked.
Yeah, if they get a dub, We got a new leader. New Digimon leader, man.
I'll be shocked if Ty
That's
gets
them putting
usurped
money behind it.
by Hero. I'll be shocked.
Ooh, you'd be pissed, wouldn't you?
I mean, but that's it. That's what we're talking about. All right. So, what do you want to talk about next week? I have two different options to talk to you.
What do we have? What are you thinking? Because
So
I'm not gonna say I'll be able to like watch ODDTAXI.
No. We're not gonna do. I think
I wasn't sure if that's where you were headed.
No.
I mean like finish it. I don't know.
One, I think you would be able to finish it.
How long are the episodes? Are they just like regular like 23?
Yeah, 20-minute episodes. There's only 13 of them. I would think you would be able to, but I'm not even gonna put that on you because I want the rest of the world to catch up to ODDTAXI.
Mm-hmm. You want to talk about Platinum Men?
That's what I was gonna say. Either Platinum Men or Tokyo Revengers. What do you feel like talking about next week?
Well, Tokyo Revengers is done.
It's done.
At least season 1.
You know what? Let's do. I haven't caught up to Platinum End. Let's do Platinum End. And Tokyo Revengers, because of the series and how long it is and how much characters and time travel, I still got to get
a big episode.
I still got to get. I got to get a grip on that.
It's gonna be a big episode. Yeah.
So maybe we
might have to hit up Jamal or something and try to get some like manga thoughts too, because I'm curious to what's different from the manga and the
anime. No allusions to the Nazis. I think that's pretty much it.
Well, that definitely has to be taken out.
I mean,
We're not gonna get a physical copy of.
No, it's not coming out
until they
peel every one of those signs off all of those things. So yeah. we can wait for it. Yeah, and if anything else comes up, if anything changes, I mean, as for right now, we'll be talking about Platinum End. If anything else changes, if we need to add it to anything else, we'll do that. But until then, thank you guys for listening to The Lookout.
Yes.
Of course, you can subscribe at The Lookout RNC on Twitter. You can follow us on podcasts, wherever there are podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Google Play, Amazon Podcasts, all of it. Follow us there. You can follow myself at Meelz TV. You can follow Jeff at Old Newsboy if you want to continue to discuss Digimon with us. And if you're a fan of the series or you're at least interested in the series, feel free to let us know what you think. I'm interested to know if I'm the only one that's bugging, because sometimes I'll be bugging. To be honest,
you may not be bugging, bro. I feel like you saw the last one. You have more of a right to say something. I'm kind of like, oh, Digimon, this is cool. This is new, So I'm like feeling it a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
But maybe it is just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just stuck on cute characters.
Might be.
Who knows?
Might be.
Mappa has their event popping up soon, so we should know some more details on basically everything because they're doing everything.
Everything that we care about, we'll know about. Because Mappa only does shit that we care about.
The new jujitsu posters are hard as fuck.
There you go. We're gonna get Yasuke 2.
Yasuke 2.
Stay tuned, guys. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll catch you guys next week.
Yeah.